Tonight, we crown the voices that defined a decade. From velvet soft ballads to glittering disco anthems, these are the top 15 1970s pop queens. One iconic song each, no repeats, pure goosebumps. You'll hear the hooks you grew up with, the choruses you still know by heart, and the moments that turned singers into legends. Which queen ruled your 70s? Donna, Diana, Barbara, or someone the world slept on? Hit subscribe and let's count down. Before streaming, these women were the algorithm. One chorus and the whole world listened. This is our top 15 1970s pop queens countdown. The ballads, the bangers, the household names, and the fearless breakthroughs. Comment your all-time queen, tap subscribe, and let's drop in at number 15. You can hear the grin in Dolly's voice the first time she lands on the word, again. The melody is bright, the piano is glossy, and the lyric feels like a friend confessing a weakness. I know your trouble, but I'm letting you back in. Written by Brill Building legends, Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil, and produced by Gary Klein.
And shaking me up so that all I really know is you.
It was Dolly's first big pop crossover, proof that a country storyteller could walk into top 40 and keep her accent, her wit, and her heart. It topped the country chart and crashed mainstream radio right as the late 70s were tilting toward disco and soft rock. Dolly split the difference with charm. Listen closely to the arrangement. The steel guitar peeks through the smooth pop sheen like sunlight through a window blind.
All you gotta do is smile that smile.
That balance, roots and radio, was the magic trick that made her a household name beyond Nashville. Question: when you hear this, do you hear country polished for pop, or pop colored by country? And does that distinction even matter when the song just works?
Hey Pop Lore family! Did you know only 1% of viewers are subscribed? If you love deep dives into pop legends, forgotten gems, and the stories behind the songs that shaped generations, hit that subscribe button right now. And don't forget to turn on LL notifications so you'll be the first to know when we premiere our next video. It's free, it helps Pop Lore grow, and it makes sure you never miss a single countdown or music story. Let's build this community together.
The first time Wuthering Heights hits you, it doesn't feel like a single, it feels like a spell. Kate Bush was 19, singing a self-written gothic tale to the top of the UK charts, and doing it in a voice that could be porcelain delicate one second and a lightning strike the next. Producer Andrew Powell frames her with chiming piano, spectral guitars, and those impossible high notes that seem to paint the sky. This was a revolution disguised as a love song, an artist insisting pop could be literature, theater, dance, and dream logic all at once. It was also historic. Bush became the first female artist to hit UK #1 with a song she wrote herself, and she did it by leaning into her own strangeness rather than sanding it down. The result still sounds like a door opening to a new room in pop music. Question: if you played this for a friend who's never heard it, what's the single moment you'd tell them to listen for? The opening piano, the ghostly Heathcliff, or that final floating note?
Love is so confusing, there's no peace of mind. Is I fear I'm losing you.
On paper, punk kids making a disco record should have been a joke. On tape, Blondie made history. Heart of Glass began as Once I Had a Love, a slower track they kept tinkering with until producer Mike Chapman helped shape it into a sleek dance floor rocket on parallel lines. Debbie Harry sings cool as neon. Chris Stein's guitars sparkle like mirror ball shards, and the rhythm is machine precise without losing its human strut. Overnight, a downtown New York band proved that disco and new wave weren't rival teams, just different doors into the same club. The song went #1 on both sides of the Atlantic and reset pop's boundaries. Attitude could mingle with elegance. Underground could conquer the mainstream. It wasn't selling out, it was leveling up. Question: do you hear this more as a disco anthem with rock DNA or a rock song wearing disco clothes? And which version hits harder for you?
When the sky's darling, once in a million years.
Rhiannon doesn't just play, it rises. The band starts steady. John McVie's bass, Mick Fleetwood's heartbeat drums, and then Stevie Nicks glides in with that smoky alto, telling a story of a woman who might be a legend, a myth, or both. Inspired by a name she found in a paperback and later connected to Welsh folklore, Nicks wrote a character so vivid that the world simply met her as real. Lindsey Buckingham's guitar flickers like wings. Christine McVie's keys thread silver through the arrangement. Live, Nicks turned this into a ritual. Eyes closed, arms wide, a conjurer at the mic. On record, it's the moment she became a pop icon beyond rock radio. Mystery as melody, spellcasting as songcraft. Question: when you think of Stevie, do you picture the studio precision of this track or the live, wild Rhiannon that builds like a storm? What's your definitive version?
True. Well, I broke a heart over someone like you.
A cover that became the standard. Written by Clint Ballard Jr. and cut earlier by Dee Dee Warwick and the Swinging Blue Jeans, You're No Good found its final form with Linda Ronstadt and producer Peter Asher.
You're no good, baby, you're no good. I can't say it.
The arrangement is a masterclass in tension. That moody guitar figure, the organ smoldering underneath, and Linda's vocal, controlled, then explosive, telling you exactly where the line is and who just crossed it. By the time the strings sweep in and the band hits the breakdown, it's not a breakup lament, it's a declaration of independence. The track crowned Ronstadt as the 70s queen of interpretive power, someone who could choose a song, inhabit it completely, and make everyone else sound like they were visiting. Question: which detail floors you most? The whispered verses, the sudden vocal lift into the chorus, or that final satisfied sting of the last chord?
You don't have to answer. I see it in your eyes.
The first thing you notice is the hush. Olivia doesn't belt, she leans in, almost whispering a confession into your ear. Written by Peter Allen and Jeff Barry and produced with a soft focus touch, the record floats on gentle keys and a slow, patient arrangement that gives every syllable room to breathe.
And you must realize that it's coming.
It's a delicate admission, loving someone when timing, circumstance, or promises make that love complicated. In a decade bursting with big choruses and disco drama, Olivia won by doing the opposite. Smaller, closer, truer.
I'm not trying to make you anything.
The song became a global breakthrough and a career pivot, proof that restraint can be the most powerful move in pop. Listen for how the melody rises and then steps back, like someone gathering courage and then choosing honesty over spectacle.
I love you. I honestly.
It's the quietest kind of fireworks. Question: when you first heard this, did it feel like a love letter you weren't supposed to read? Or exactly the words you needed someone to finally say?
And so I came to see him, to listen for a while.
Some performances feel like they're happening in the same room. This one feels like it's happening inside your chest. Roberta Flack transforms a finely crafted song into a private moment. Her voice smooth as velvet, but heavy with feeling.
Singing my life with his words, killing me softly with.
The production is spare. Acoustic guitar, gentle rhythm, a touch of strings, so every breath counts. There's a famous story about how the song began as a live music epiphany. Flack's version recreates that spell in 4 minutes.
I felt all flushed with.
She doesn't oversing, she underscores. Each line lands with the weight of a memory you thought you'd buried. It's the blueprint for intimate pop. Storytelling first, technique in service of truth.
Me softly with this song.
The recording dominated charts and awards because it made the universal feel personal, like someone put your diary to music. Question: which detail hooks you most? The glide of her vibrato, the quiet guitar heartbeat, or the way the chorus opens like a window? A pop single that doubles as a whodunit. Carly Simon built an eternal hook around one tantalizing question: who is she singing about? But the secret sauce isn't just the gossip, it's the craft. Producer Richard Perry frames the track with crisp piano, rolling bass, and that swaggering groove. Mick Jagger's shadowy backing vocal cameo turns the chorus into a conversation. Simon's lyric is cinematic.
I had some dreams, they were clouds in my coffee, clouds in my coffee.
Clouds in her coffee, apricot scarves, Learjets, quick snapshots that make the character feel real. The chorus is both taunt and triumph. It's not bitterness, it's clarity. This is pop as social X-ray, a reminder that the sharpest love songs are often breakup songs in disguise. Decades later, the mystery keeps the song in the headlines. The melody keeps it in your head. Question: be honest. Did you come for the rumor, or do you stay for that perfect rolling chorus that never leaves? This video is sponsored by the Lore Store on Amazon, your one-stop shop for music lovers across reggae, rock, pop, and hip-hop. We built it for real listeners who don't want to dig through 1,000 listings to find the right gear. Inside the Lore Store, you'll find 5 aisles. VIP, top, battle-tested essentials. Headphones, turntables, speakers, gig-safe earplugs, smart speakers. Reggae vibe, roots and lovers. Rock made easy, automatic decks, warm bookshelf speakers, vinyl care. Rock lore, classic rock must-haves, open back cans, simple amps, living room concert vibes. Pop lore, feel-good everyday setups, clean, clear speakers, easy streaming, nostalgia-friendly picks. Hip-hop must-haves, punchy bass without the muddle, closed-back headphones and living room systems that handle low-end, plus a rotating crate of old album vinyl if you're rebuilding a 60s-90s collection. Every product page tells you who it's for, 3 pros, 1 con, and why we picked it. So you can choose with confidence. Flying soon? Check. VIP for noise canceling that tames plane roar. Mostly listening at home? Try open-back headphones that let live albums breathe. Want instant gratification vinyl? Our fully automatic turntable is 1 button from silence to music, and the record cleaning kit knocks down crackle so the bass tightens up. Headed to shows? Grab high-fidelity earplugs. Hands-free at home? Our smart speaker picks let you say, play 70s reggae or classic pop, and you're there. Deal alert. If you use the link in the description, you'll land on our curated picks with current best available Amazon pricing and active discounts where applicable. Prices change, so buy now to lock in today's deal. Tap the link in the description, pick your aisle, grab a favorite, and tell me which category you want me to build next. The Lore Store. Listen better, with gear that gets out of the way and lets the music live.
On the day that you were born, the angels got you.
The record begins like a curtain lifting. Gentle piano, tender horns, and then Karen Carpenter's voice. Low, warm, utterly effortless. Written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David, the song had existed for years, but it took Karen's unforced phrasing and Richard Carpenter's immaculate arrangement to turn it into a quiet earthquake.
Dream come true. Soon as wrinkles in your hair.
Every choice serves the lyric, the patient tempo, the feather-light harmonies, the way Karen leans on words like birds and stars without a hint of strain. In a rock era defined by volume and swagger, this was adult pop at its most confident, no fireworks needed. It crowned the Carpenters as masters of melodic clarity, and it set the tone for an entire decade of radio. Emotion delivered with a steady hand.
Day that you were born, the angels got together in decided to.
Question: when you think of Karen's voice, do you hear the first verse's hush or the chorus bloom? And why does that moment stay with you? This is the sound of acceptance set to a perfect groove. Co-written with lyricist Tony Stern and cut for Tapestry, It's Too Late pairs a conversational breakup lyric with warm rolling piano and a rhythm section that moves like late afternoon sunlight. Unhurried, certain. Carole King sings like someone who has turned a hard corner and found words for it. No blame, no drama, just truth. The arrangement is a small marvel. Subtle electric guitar lines, a sax that sighs rather than screams, harmonies that slip in and out like thoughts you try not to say out loud. In a decade when the singer-songwriter became pop's conscience, this was the statement piece. Grown up, clear-eyed, and deeply human. It topped charts not by shouting, but by sounding exactly like real life. Question: which line hits you in the gut? The opening acceptance, the chorus letting go, or the last gentle fade that feels like closing a door? This is power delivered with poise. Co-written by Barbra Streisand and Paul Williams, Evergreen doesn't chase you, it invites you in. Warm acoustic guitar, a slow orchestral swell, and a vocal that sits right at the edge of a sigh.
Spirits rise, and
The lyric is simple but durable. Love as something steady, not showy. And Barbara's control sells every vowel like it's the story's turning point. It became the rare movie theme that escaped the screen and took over radio, topping charts and sweeping awards, because it gave 70s pop something it didn't always have.
time we've learned to say.
Quiet confidence. Listen to the way she shapes the long notes. Never overdone, always centered. That restraint is the flex. Question: do you remember this as a film moment first or a radio memory? And does one version hit your heart harder?
Bill gave him a ride, fill him with a hot meal. I was 16, he was 21.
Cher's reinvention arrives like a spotlight switching on. Written by Bob Stone and produced by Snuff Garrett, this is a tight cinematic story song. A small town scandal in 3 minutes, told with drum punches, strings that move like stage curtains, and Cher's dark, direct voice.
He's been hearing from the people of the town they call it Tears, Tears, Trance and Thieves.
The melody climbs matter-of-factly while the lyric turns the knife. Prejudice, desire, hypocrisy. Each verse a little scene. What makes it pop is how clean the hook lands. What makes it last is how Cher sells the character without winking.
3 months later, I'm a gal in trouble and I haven't seen him.
It's the blueprint for her 70s dominance. Bold narratives, memorable choruses, a voice you believe even when the world doesn't.
All the money they throw, Grandpa do whatever he could.
Question: if you had to pick Cher's most definitive single moment, this, Half Breed, or Believe decades later, which one says icon to you? A masterclass in tension and release. Producer Hal Davis starts with a silken slow groove, breathy Diana, languid electric piano, and then flips a hidden switch. Suddenly we're in a lit disco, bass popping, strings racing, Ross gliding across the beat like Mercury. That dual structure felt like the decade itself. Romance shifting into nightlife, glamour catching fire. Diana doesn't overpower the track. She teases it forward, then rides it with impossible lightness. The result bridged Motown elegance and club euphoria, proving Ross could shapeshift from supreme sophistication to dance floor dominion without losing her signature ease. Question: when you play it now, do you let the slow intro simmer or skip to the lift? What's the moment that makes your body move? pop history's most famous pep talk. Written by Dino Ficaris and Freddie Perrin, this started life as a B-side and became a global A statement. Strings cutting like neon, piano steady as a heartbeat, bass walking forward as Gloria lifts the room with each chorus. The genius is in the pacing. She starts hurt, finds her voice, and then claims her space. By the final refrain, the lyric has shifted from confession to command. It's personal and communal at once. Everybody has a story that fits inside those lines. It redefined anthem, and it later won disco's only dedicated Grammy category. Survival, but make it sing. Question: what's your I walked out of the room taller moment with this song? First breakup, new job, or just a random Tuesday when you needed it?
Hey, Pop Lore family. Did you know only 1% of viewers are subscribed? If you love deep dives into pop legends, forgotten gems, and the stories behind the songs that shaped generations, hit that subscribe button right now. And don't forget to turn on LL notifications so you'll be the first to know when we premiere our next video. It's free, it helps Pop Lore grow, and it makes sure you never miss a single countdown or music story. Let's build this community together.
The decades fuse and it's firework. Donna Summer had already conquered disco. Here she kicks the doors into rock territory and brings the party with her. Giorgio Moroder and Pete Bellotte shaped the pulse. But the secret weapon is that snarling lead guitar and a rhythm section built like a muscle car. Donna doesn't just sing over it, she commands it, flipping from sultry to explosive without breaking a sweat. Hot Stuff topped charts worldwide and earned her a historic Grammy for Best Female Rock Vocal the following year. Proof that genre walls were just suggestions when the voice was this strong. It's the sound of a star refusing to be boxed in. Club confidence, pop precision, rock bite. End of the 70s, start of an era. Question: when this drops, what grabs you first? The opening synth throb, the guitar blaze, or Donna's entrance that says, "I own this room"? The journey doesn't end here, pop lovers. Watch this next.